I would like to start by saying good morning to His Excellency Professor Dave Barrow and esteemed judges, faculties, and staff, and fellow students. My name is Jim Ray, and I'm from the Faculty of Medicine and Pediatrics. Today, I want to talk about a topic that has affected a lot of people in the world. It is HIV and AIDS. Despite many medical advancements in the field of medicine, there remains a persistent problem surrounding stigma or negative connotations relating to AIDS and HIV as a whole. So let's start things off. Firstly, what is HIV and what is AIDS? HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. It is a virus that affects the body's immune system. And if HIV is left untreated, it can lead to AIDS, which stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. With modern medicine, HIV is not a death sentence anymore. There are medication and it can be managed. Let's talk statistics. In Cambodia, based on UNAIDS, an organization in Cambodia studying AIDS and its statistics, stated that since 2010, there is a decrease in new cases of HIV by up to 62%. And based on the World Health Organization, as of 2020, there are around 76,000 cases of HIV in Cambodia. So let's talk about the problem at hand. While the disease is not as dangerous as how it was used to be, there's still a stigma around it. People are still afraid of it because there is a lot of misconception and misinformation surrounding the disease. So let's start things off. Firstly, a lot of people often think that HIV is a death sentence, meaning that if you have HIV, you will going to die. This was true back in the day because there wasn't many medication providing or protecting individuals from getting AIDS that progresses from HIV. But with modern medicine, advancement in technology, and so much more research being done into this disease, that's not the case anymore. With medications such as ART, antiretroviral therapy, people with HIV can live healthy and normal life just like me and you and everyone here. Secondly, people often think that HIV is a very contagious disease, but that's not the case. HIV doesn't spread from ordinary contact. So shaking hands with people, you won't get HIV from it. Talking to people who are HIV positive, you won't get HIV from it. Or even sharing food or toxic, that's not the mode of transmission for HIV. The way in which HIV can be transmitted is via body fluid, such as blood, semen, vaginal fluid, rectal fluid, and breast milk. So can saliva spread HIV? No, but can blood spread HIV? Yes. So it's really important that we as individuals in a society understand what it is, how it can spread, and what can be done about it. Thirdly, there is a common misconception that HIV only affects a certain group of people, like sex workers or people who use drugs. But the truth is, HIV doesn't discriminate. It affects everyone. It can affect people of all ages, people from all different backgrounds, people from all races, people from all socioeconomic problems. And it's not a matter of what group you belong to that make you more susceptible to HIV, since, again, it's like I mentioned earlier, HIV doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone and everyone. So why are the misconception or misinformation so dangerous and harmful to not only individuals living with HIV, but also people around it and people in society as a whole? The problem is that when there are stigma surrounding misinformation or mistrust on these facts and evidence-based claims, people are affected mentally and physically when there is stigma around the disease because a lot of people doesn't understand what it is and how it can spread. People who are living with those diseases are afraid to speak out about their disease. They're afraid to get tested. They're afraid to receive the help they need because they fear if they speak out, if they express that they have HIV or have AIDS, people are gonna discriminate against them. They're gonna be in social isolation. So when this happens, people doesn't seek the help they need. they went into hiding. They hide it from their friends, their family. They develop depression. And this really affects the overall health outcome of those individuals because when people are afraid, they don't get tested. When people don't get tested, they don't know if they have HIV for sure. And if they don't know whether they have HIV or not, they won't get the proper treatment. And without proper treatment, the prognosis of their health is not so good. They can also infect other people living with them, around them, and in their community. And so we as individuals of a society, just me, you, and everyone here, what can we do about it? Well, it's simple. Stigma around HIV and AIDS stems from misinformation and misconception. People believing something that isn't true. People believing something that is fake. And so what we can do about it is education. People should be educated on what HIV is and what AIDS is and how it can be spread and what can be done about it. And so I personally believe that education is the best weapon we have against fighting HIV and AIDS stigma. So first of all, what can be done? We can share facts. I want everyone here to start small. Start with yourself. Spend 5 minutes on your phone Googling, okay, what is this? What is that? How can it be spread? Once you are educated enough, you can start spreading it to a more smaller audience. Your friends, your families, your parents, your siblings. And then once that's being done, you can speak to a large audience like I am doing now. I'm just a medical student, but I did my research and now I'm spreading what I know about HIV and AIDS and the stigma surrounding it to everyone here. Secondly, we want to promote testing, with more testing being done in the field of medicine, specifically to find HIV for individuals who are at risk of getting HIV and also individuals who are in the high-risk group. So with more testing, with frequent testing, people can know for sure whether they have HIV early. And with early diagnosis, people can have better treatment. With better treatment, people can live a healthy and long life, just like me and you and everyone here. So with that in mind, I want to reiterate my point. Stigma is dangerous because it stems from a place of misconception and misinformation. People aren't sure what is true and what is fake, and so they want to believe what the most people say. So in conclusion, fighting stigma around HIV and AIDS, specifically in Cambodia, isn't just about understanding the facts and the evidence-based claim. It's also about changing your perspective, having an open mind and an open heart to people who are prone to getting HIV, but also people who are already HIV positive. Because by doing so, we are creating an environment or fostering an environment where people can freely talk about HIV and AIDS. People can seek the help they need mentally and physically. Because by doing so, you are not helping yourself, but also your friends and family, but also individuals who are already HIV positive. By doing so, we can create a society or a world where our children, our grandchildren can freely talk about this disease, can seek the help they need, can talk more about what's going to be done and what can be done. Because when stigma are gone and more people are talking about it, treatment become more widespread and people living with HIV and AIDS won't suffer as much discrimination or social isolation from society. So with that, I would like to say a very warm thank you to everyone for being here and for your attention. And I hope you doesn't have to get everything from what I'm saying, but at least some sort of information about HIV and AIDS. And I hope everyone here can join me and our country into fighting stigma around HIV and AIDS. Thank you.